Hey there YouTube, it's Tommy here for what's hopefully going to be my first Pixel Enemy upload. To any new viewers, welcome to Hysteria Gaming HD. In this video I'm going to give you guys a quick insight into the Battlefield 3 expansion, Armored Kill, which was released on PC September the 11th. This first installment here we're going to be taking a look at the Bandar Desert map. I'm focusing here in this specific episode on the 7th flag Conquest Large version. I can tell you now that this map is absolutely massive. In fact, Bandar is the largest map in Battlefield history. If you guys haven't already played it, you really have to see it to believe it. It's just enormous. It's approximately 5 square kilometers in size, which I think I'm told is about 2.5 times the size of Caspian Border, which in itself is obviously one of the biggest vanilla maps. I'm going to try and break this map down into helpful bite-sized bits of information to help people new to the game or considering getting Armored Kill. Okay, so we start here looking at the flag zone layout on Bandar. The main flag cluster of A, B and C is where you'll find the most ground action. If you guys are infantry players like me, then this is the area to try and concentrate on. This map's based on a seaport in southern Iran, and this is the residential area attached. Because of the compact nature of the flag design, you'll find these 3 flags are where to go for intense battles. Be wary though of your surroundings. As you'll see in this clip, residential homes make great camping spots for people defending the flags, and it may take a building to building clearance to make a successful capture. Use team play with your squad to achieve this effectively, or alternatively just level the buildings with tanks and C4. This flag cluster consists of Village South, which is the Alpha flag. Moving on to Bravo flag is the Village Center, which leads in turn into the construction site or Charlie flag. You'll find the construction site a predictable medley of crane snipers and camping, with similarities to the Bakhtikarkan construction sites on Gulf of Oman and Sharqi Peninsula. Because of this, it can prove a tough flag to capture if you let the enemy get dug in. Flags Delta and Echo effectively start out as home flags for the US or RU teams. Depending on which side you spawn on, these will be the closest flags to your home base. I haven't checked extensively, but it would appear that Echo gets a much better deal in regards to vehicle spawns. Across the desert now is where we'll find flags F and G. This is where Bandar gets interesting. Foxtrot is a full-scale artillery base with a good field of vision for defenders to spot oncoming enemies. Capturing this flag could be comparable in importance to getting the Bravo flag on Operation Metro. The reason I say this is because it leads directly onto the G flag, which is the army base. Whilst Gold flag looks nothing special, capturing it gives control of your team to the AC-130 gunship, which can have massive team benefits. Because of this, expect constant resistance on this flag. You can tell which flag controls the gunship by looking at the gunship symbol attached to the flag. In smaller conquest maps, the F flag gives gunship control. This moves on nicely now to the vehicles of Bandar, and this map is as good as any to take a good look at the vehicles available. As previously discussed, controlling the G flag gives your team access to the AC-130 gunship, the piloting of which is controlled by artificial intelligence, and effectively follows a wide circuit of the map. It can hold 2 gunners, both of which have access to 360-degree top-mounted AA guns, and also infrared flares. The main gunner also has access to a 105mm cannon, while second gunner yields a 25mm cannon. A coordinated pair can cause utter devastation if they work together with the AC-130, with many complaints being fielded from Battlefield 3 players as to the overpowered nature of it. That said, in reality, most players coupled in the gunship are random and not in communication with each other, and so flares are not deployed to full effect, leaving the gunship vulnerable. Be assured that AC-130 is not invincible, providing there is some element of team play to take it down, and in my experience in a 64-man server, at least 15 people at any one time are attempting to bring it down. The AC-130 has other benefits, such as an effective spawn point. Take note of where on the map the gunship is and use this to your advantage. Selecting airdrop from the spawn screen will see you parachute in, enabling you to get behind enemy lines and spring surprise attacks. You can also expect to see other new vehicles, such as artillery, new tanks and quads. The artillery vehicle should be kept at long distance from enemy positions, as it has low armor and is easy to destroy. Users should bear this in mind, find a remote location and unleash hell. The artillery vehicles fire what is essentially a much more powerful version of the mortar strike and can be effective at long range. Teammates should utilize this vehicle. Relaying support positions can be an effective tool if enemies are dug in around a flag. Gauging correct artillery distances can take practice, and it may be worth utilizing recon teammates or air vehicles to confirm target areas are being hit. Bandar also features new tanks, similar in appearance to the light tanks we all know, and yet with the upgraded firepower of a main battle tank. Bandar is a perfect tanking battleground with long-range tank sniping a regular sight so far. Expect to find a concentration of tanks around the A, B and C area. Bandar Desert also sees what I view as a welcome return to the quads from Battlefield Bad Company 2, an essential addition to Armoured Kill. If you dislike being bogged down with vehicle warfare, then the quads can provide a much needed boost of pace to infantry players such as myself. Players should utilise the quad's speed to flank stationary tanks and provide rapid response to flags under attack. Alternatively, of course, you can just ride around the desert like me, gawping in awe of how beautiful everything looks. Expect to also find the regular vanilla lineup of tanks, jets and choppers too. Even with the size of Bandar, it can be quite overwhelming at times trying to survive the vehicle onslaught here. A lot of the ability to win Bandar can be decided in the air. At any one time it's possible to have 10 air vehicles up. This includes attack choppers, Z11s, Little Birds, jets and obviously the AC-130. Of course this can be carnage, and being the dominant air force can give your team the much needed edge to win. Summarising Bandar Desert for everybody is difficult, so this represents my experiences with it so far. You'll likely find Bandar is a harsh battlefield to survive. It can be an all-out, intense vehicle warfare map, and sometimes it just feels like the battle will just never end. Armoured Kill is certainly not for people who like to look after their stats. Fortunately, amongst these huge battles you'll find occasional periods of respite, in which you can take stock of the map design and where to go next. To me, this map is everything heavy metal promised to be in Battlefield Bad Company 2. I don't consider myself someone who enjoys vehicle maps, but Bandar and indeed Armoured Kill feels different. Of course the map design can leave you feeling a bit overwhelmed at times, and it's clear the AC-130 is something that DICE will be looking at in future patches. But the map feels solid. I love the intensity of it, something that reminds me of Atacama Desert in Bad Company 2. People on the ground have to be constantly wary of the threat from above. This in turn encourages teams to work together more, something I've felt has been lacking for a long time now in Battlefield 3. Whilst you're unlikely to find me camping on mountain with my tank, shelling the villages below, you won't find me removing Bandar Desert from my server browser either. Armoured Kill is certainly a game mode to be played with vanilla, not instead of it. And I feel there'll be days you just prefer to play the relative tranquility of maps like Caspian Border, or the infantry rush you get from Operation Metro. But there's something I love about this expansion, certain moments that only seem to happen in Battlefield. Like the first time I played Bandar Desert and in between fighting stumbled upon a full-scale highway that runs through the map. It really gives some indication of the effort put into creating this expansion. Either way, love it or hate it, I don't think anyone can question the dedication that DICE have put in here. I don't believe I've ever seen a game expansion with such attention to detail. Graphically, it's a stunner, with a wonderful blend of desert and seafront. It feels like a whole new game, and it excites me with the prospects of Battlefield 4 and what it could become. If you're looking for a recommendation, you have mine. Okay then guys, that's the end of my Bandar Desert analysis. I hope this video has been helpful to you, whether that be through map tips or helping you decide whether or not to get Armoured Kill. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have on Bandar or just Armoured Kill in general. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, what map would you like me to review next? Let me know in the comments below, and if there's a demand for it, I'll get onto that as soon as possible. I'd like to thank you for watching, and thanks to Pixel Enemy for being a great supporter of Battlefield content producers. Feel free to pop over to Hysteria Gaming HD to say hi. Alternatively, you can contact me on Twitter at HysteriaHD. It'd be great to hear from you guys. It's always nice to hear from subscribers and viewers. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.